Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to the Vintage Oaks. I do hope you're doing very well and having a lovely day. So, just hitching up the trailer, we're going to go and top up the cows with a bit of Total Mix ration from our TMR mixing station over by the bunkers over there. And then today, we're going to be cracking on with some grasswork. We're going to start making a dent in our grasswork. We have, across the two grass fields that we own, we have 72.14 acres. That's field 23 and field 70. Field 23 is just over 35 acres, and field 70 is just under 37, so give or take a bit. They're both almost exactly the same size, so one of them we'll keep as grass, we'll mow up, we'll pick up, and we'll get stuffed into the bunker here. And the other one we will turn over with a tedder, which I still haven't got yet, actually. We need it, we could do with a tedder. I have been trying to keep my eye out for one that feels and looks correct. But if any of you wonderful people have got some suggestions for me for an old tedder, I'd be greatly appreciative. I have found a couple, one of them from a PZK pack, one of the old style kind of hay rakes. I bought it, it's very cheap, it was about 1,500 quid, I think, two grand, but it doesn't seem to work very well within the confines of how I'd like to run it, obviously on using course play and putting work like that into cinematics. The machine itself requires like a connecting bar, a drawbar, and I bought it, I hooked it all up and kind of drove around the yard with it, and it just kind of flails around behind the tractor and doesn't seem to want to stay in a straight line, so I'm not going to bother trying to waste my time with that one if it doesn't seem like it's going to work too well. It'll be fine for doing things manually perhaps, but I don't think it'll bode too well with course play. So yeah, if any of you do have any suggestions for me, I'd be greatly appreciative. So there we are, let's top these girls up. There we go. Now they do require a little bit of mucking out. They have obviously started producing manure again. I think it was just an after effect of me mucking around with the in-game days, changing them from, I think I went from 3 to 4 in-game days within quite a short period of time, so I think that potentially mucked around with the coding of how it produces manure potentially. Right, there we go. Cows, I've got manure, food, sorry, where are we? Yeah, 41,499 litres out of a total of 55,000, so that's all good with me for now. We've got plenty of straw for the day, so that's all good. So let's pop this back where it belongs, and as I say, we're going to crack on with our grass work. Went a bit fast there, didn't I? Let's go around the back here. So we'll be jumping into our John Deere mower. Now, kind of, this thing isn't necessarily sitting right with me, really, the mower. I'm going to stick with it. Obviously, I haven't even used the thing yet, so I am going to stick with it, see how it performs. I'm sure it'll perform just fine, but to be fair, it's the whether it's sitting right with me as to whether it's correct for the UK or not. I can't say I've seen many mowers like that in my lifetime in the UK, so whether it's right or not, I'm not too sure. So we'll see. It's got I think it's like a 4.5 metre working width, and I think it runs at about 12 miles an hour. So speed-wise, it's going to get the job done. But is it the length of time it's going to take to get these jobs done or to get this one field done is going to be quite a bit, to be fair. We've got to run the mower, we've got to run our windrower, and then we're going to be running the pickup wagon, which I did say I was going to buy another one of, but I'm not at the minute because I've not got lots of money to burn, have I? We're only at 74,000 quid. The pickup wagon I think is about 25 grand, so I'm just going to stick with it. I'm just going to stick with the one and see how that fares, but it is going to take a while. I have wired up both the bunkers into the auto drive network. We'll just be working with the one for now and see how that goes. But yeah, we're going to start in field 23, which is our grass field that's just outside the farm. In fact, I think it's directly opposite the entrance to the farm here, so we'll get that one worked in first. And it's going to take quite a few hours. Like I say, we've got I'd imagine it's a good couple of hours to get the mowing done with this thing, and a good couple of hours again with the windrower. Quite a few hours, I think, with the pickup wagon going back into. So, but we need to make a dent in it, don't we? We do still have quite a few empty fields that we need to get drilled, but we've got plenty of time ahead of us for that. We can drill most of the main crops into next month as well. So that's all good. Don't need to feel too pressured time-wise. Right, so this is us. This is our first grass field. So, as usual, as I like to do, I shall pop this whole job into a bit of a cinematic for you all. I think I'll do, I'm not too sure whether I'm going to run just the mower into a cinematic and then maybe windrow off camera and then pick up. As I say, I'm not too sure whether I just combine all 3 jobs into one cinematic. I'm not too sure. Well, no, do you know what? I think for now I'll stick with the mower. We'll put the mower into a cinematic and see how see what it looks like after that, shall we? So let's make a start. I'll pick you all back up in a wee while's time. There we go, all done. I must admit, I know I was and ahhing about whether to keep hold of this mowing machine or not, but do you know what? It's awesome. I'm keeping it. It's done a really good job in this field. So yeah, barely missed any bits at all. That was courseplay, of course, but I was hoping to be able to show you this as well while I was up this corner of the field, but it's all a matter of timing. But just one of the examples of the level of detail that FARMERSIM Briscoe had gone into creating this map. Up at this corner of the field, as I was whizzing around there doing that job, you can hear the sound of somebody mowing their lawn over here, perhaps. But yeah, it just adds to that huge amount of immersion and all that. Like I say, the level of detail that he's gone into creating this map. It was just a really nice surprise. It was awesome. So anyway, yeah, a couple of hours later, that's taken us nicely into early afternoon. It's just approaching 10 to 1. So yeah, I need to get this rode up and picked up with the forest trailer and stuffed into the bunker. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get the windrowing done off camera. Try and get that done as quickly as possible, although I think obviously because I've only got one of them and the work width of that windrower I think is 5.9 meters, so it's going to take a little bit of time, a good few hours no doubt, but we'll get it done. Now this thing is also quite one of the things I realised when I was working that field with this mowing machine is it's got something of a thimble of a fuel tank. I did have to stop halfway and come back to the farm and fill it up, but yeah, as you can see there as well, we're already down to probably just over a quarter of a tank left on that from that second tank as well. So yeah, it's not that it's a thirsty machine. I think it's just got a sort of very, very small fuel tank. I think it's about 50 litres. So but anyway, it is what it is. So like I say, we'll get the windrower hooked up. I think I'm going to run the case for that one, and I shall pick you back up in a couple of hours time when it's rode up and ready for us to pick up and pop into there. Right, all done. There we go. Rowing finished off. Now, it didn't take too long. It was about an hour and a half, I think, roughly. But you'll have to forgive me. This voice clip that I'm recording here isn't the original that came with this video clip. For some reason, my damn microphone decided to turn off and not work through the entirety of me recording this clip. So I'm going to do my best to just voice it over. But yeah, it's done a good job. Obviously, I know I didn't necessarily need to run the windrower. I could have just followed the same course as the mower, but it has obviously it's spaced the rows out and it's bulked up each of the rows a little bit, so it has saved me some time in that respect when it comes to running the pickup wagon and getting all the grass picked up and stuffed into the bunker. So yeah, I think we get it's weird. This is quite difficult trying to record an audio clip that doesn't match the continuity of the clip that I originally recorded, so you'll have to forgive me, viewers. There's a first time for everything. I don't think this has happened to me before, but yeah, so while that was running, I did make a purchase for £7.5 grand, I think it was. I bought myself a leveller to help with the compaction of the bunker here, and I've attached it to the biggest tractor that we have on the farm, the big old Massey. So obviously this one is the heaviest tractor that we have. I think it's just north of 14 tonnes. Now obviously it doesn't have any front hitches or anything like that, so it's attached to the back. But hopefully that's going to do a good job. I'm going to try and run the courseplay bunker mode to help me with that. So yeah, we get back to the farm now, back into the yard. Drop this thing off. This is a weird one. It's dead weird. I'm trying to remember because I'm actually recording this voice clip the day after I recorded this clip, so I can't remember the exact words that I use. So it's quite a challenge. I hope I can pick up the pieces, as it were. So yeah, I know I did mention at one point I was considering buying a second pickup wagon, but for now anyway, I'm going to run. I'm just going to run the one and see how that fares. So yeah, we'll just park this thing up over here and leave it be for now. We're going to jump in the Fendt. We're going to use that with the pickup wagon. I think that's probably the best tractor for the job. There we go. So if I remember correctly, yeah, I pulled out of here and I noticed that the mower that I parked next to the fuel tank is all... I parked it straight next to the fuel tank, and I don't quite understand how it's now sat like that, but I remember getting in it and straightening it up just for the purposes of exercising a bit of OCD. And if I remember correctly, I did just jump out and fill it up, because I did actually have to fill this up halfway around the mowing job. I think I might have already said that, mightn't I? You see the troubles with trying to record something the day after. I've been to sleep, so I can't remember much about what I did yesterday. So yeah, there we go. That thing's fueling up. We'll make our way around now and go pick up the pickup wagon and get the job done. I think I don't have manual attach activated at the minute, just from faffing around during that windrowing job, getting things done off camera, as it were. Right, so there we go. Right, I think I've almost filled in the blanks, as it were. As I say, again, huge apologies. I know this audio, this voice clip doesn't necessarily match everything that went on here, but I've tried my best. What can I do? Technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. It happens now and again. So, anyway, let's get to the field and get this job done. Now, this is it's probably going to take quite a while. Well, I know it does take quite a while because I've already done it. I did it yesterday. But it's all good. It's got to be done. And without spoiling any surprises, I think the numbers we get from this field are pretty decent. So, here we are. Let's crack on. I'll throw this into a cinematic. And I shall see you all in a couple of hours' time. And we're done. I've got the Courseplay bunker mode hard at it now. Doing a pretty decent job, to be fair. Now this is some kind of a record for me. Now let's bring up the heads-up display. Come on, Big Massa, you can do it. 921,730 it says there. It was 925 a few minutes ago, but I've got to give kudos to FARMERSIM Briscoe as always. These bunkers are solid. I'm sure we're all familiar now and again with a bit of a leaky bunker now and again, but these ones... Oh, what are you doing there? Let's just give you a bit of a helping hand, shall we? There we are. It's just those tyres sticking out there. I suppose I can't help that. But yeah, done pretty good out of this. I've never put over 900,000 litres into a bunker before. I think the highest number I've ever reached was 600 and something, possibly. I think that was on Court Farms. Come on, mate, what are you doing? You'll figure yourself out, won't you? There we are. Let's not get in its way. Want to get flattened by that thing. 921,619. So yeah, really quite chuffed with that. I really am. But yeah, these bunkers are absolutely solid. Like I say, I'm sure we're all familiar now and again with a bit of a leaky one. Comes creeping out the back, but no, these are solid bunkers. Nice thick walls, no leak whatsoever. So yeah, so that's all done. We need to get this lot fermented now. We've got over in the total mix ration machine here. I'm hoping we've got just enough TMR currently mixed up to see us through until this lot's fermented. That's the idea anyway. I think we've got about 80 odd thousand litres now, maybe high 70s. So yeah, I'm hoping that'll see us through. But we managed all right, as you can see. There's still an element of daylight. It's 5:45 in the evening, so we've not done bad. The sun's just going down over there, so pretty good timing if I don't say so myself. And I'm really quite glad that I did pick up this leveller, because this thing will take ages otherwise. Where are we at now? Compaction 8%. Yeah, this is going to be here for a while. So I think while this is working away, I'm going to let this thing crack on and work into the evening and get it all done for me. But for this episode, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it here. We've had a good afternoon's work. Well, it's almost a full day. Didn't we start about 10 o'clock this morning? Just grass work, working in one field, but it's got to be done. I'm glad we've made a dent in it now. We've got the other one to go as well. Obviously, that's going to be a similar process, but we'll run... I need to get hold of a tedder, actually, as well, don't I? Like I said earlier. If any of you do have any suggestions for me as for what would be considered a period-correct tedder that works pretty well, that's not too narrow, I'd be greatly appreciative. Please hit me up with any suggestions you've got. So, yeah. But yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I really do hope you've enjoyed the video and found it a little bit of fun. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders. Helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time, as always, I would be hugely appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.